how to easily color grade. So many people are making so complicated, and then they want you to buy different settings, whatever, presets. So what you do is basically, I have this one, DKS Pro. It's kind of like, I think it's called Bright Light or something like that, but this is less expensive. Anyway, it has like CD and it has colors like that. So what you do is you need to find good light. So I like to do it outside because I shoot outside. So let me show you. So now what you do is, so you have your card and you have natural light, because if you have inside artificial light, that would be a problem. So you better have natural light. So I went outside, I was shooting this, and I got inside and I have from the window natural light. So what I do is I look at this and I look at that. So this, you see, this is more contrast, more colors, and on the screen I have kind of washed out because this is actually DJI, they call it what do you call it, the D-Cine like, which is 10 bit. For some reason, if I want to record with 10 bit, DJI is reducing on colors, so they don't look that kind of contrast, or they don't have the same color. So what I do is I basically go to I have for the whole track, because I was shooting the whole track with that setting in camera. This is Vegas Pro, but Apple would have something else, but I'm using Vegas. So anyway, I use this one. It says color corrector, add. Okay, so now I have this color corrector, see, and then I usually start with saturation. I look at my stuff and I look at saturation. Most likely it's just more saturation. I don't think I need to change that to more blue, to more red, green. I could, but most likely I don't need to. It's kind of quicker way. So I look, but I think it's a little bit too much green. So this one is like for, I guess, skin color in some sense. If you spend long time in Hawaii, could be like that. Not long time, maybe a couple of weeks. Now I see this one is too much of saturation. So suppose I want like that, and yellow is too much. It's too much for me. So I think this has a little bit too much yellow. At the same time green. So this one, if you want, suppose I think too much yellow, so I move a little bit here, and green, I think too much. I move away from yellow and green a little bit. To touch. There is another one, this one. This is for the colors too. But I go by this card. I wanna make suppose like the same. I don't like tend to have too much green. I don't like it. And I don't like that crazy yellow. Okay, so this tone should be darker. Now sometimes it's because of exposure, so I think the whole thing is a little bit overexposed to me. So what I do is I add, suppose to this I want to add brightness. Brightness and contrast. Add OK. Now what happened? Now suppose on brightness I want to reduce. Reduce on brightness. Okay. Now I'll go back to color correction. Okay. Now maybe a little brighter, just a touch. Maybe like this. And I go to colors. Sometimes colors is not really because of colors, but because of overexposure. So they might look bright, but it's just because it's overexposed or underexposed. Underexposed, they all look kind of dark. Now I just look at my stuff. I think it's saturation too much. I just try to match. I just try to exactly match. So what I have here, I try to exactly match. So my yellow is not crazy, and my green is normal. And I don't see any kind of green color in that, what they call it, like a skin tone. Orange, like orange. This more like a little bit like cranberry. One is red, another one more like cranberry. So cranberry look like cranberry. And like cyan, I guess. And pink. If you're not sure, you just put close to your window. I think it's still too bright. Brightness a little bit. Like this. Okay, go back, color. I see too much green. When I look at yellow, I don't want green and yellow. Now another test I found effective. You take your dollar and just like colors, you take picture of dollar or any $10, whatever, but when you go inside you look at green, if it's the same green or not, because many times the green color is problem. So anyway, this look kind of okay, and I look at the light gray, dark from white to gray. It looks kind of okay to me, this and that. And then I can save that as, suppose, DJI 3 preset, and then I save it. Save. Now when I go to custom, I have the DJI 3 preset. So next time I don't need to correct it. The same camera, the same everything. So I just use preset. I don't need to buy any presets. I just make by myself. What they have is actually is like dramatic or anything. All those dramatic, they just basically they force the colors to abnormal. So basically this one normal. Okay, this has also this one, some kind of booklet and CD. But anyway, I'll put $1 there. Actually, I found $1 is good to shoot and then compare. Any dollar you take, it will be the same kind of color. So even if you lose, you can come back to $1. Anyway, so all you have is like that. So I don't force, I just make it how it's supposed to be, normal. I just went outside and I correct it. You see? Now when you go to like Apple, I have my phone somewhere. When you go to like Apple, so they have for iMovie, they have different presets. So, and they force. What you can do is you click on hold on. Oh, you click on it looks like 3 rounds, and then they basically force the color to some kind of dramatic look or anything. You can force this one, you can play with it, but the thing is that would be actually not correct color gradient. That would be forced. The color gradient without forcing should look the same. How I found about this? I was living in Santa Barbara, California, and I took those classes like adult education kind of college classes, and one guy actually told us how to match the colors. Basically he had something to do with Hollywood and all that. Basically to match the colors, that's how you match the colors. Basically you shoot something and then later you correct. When you have that on your screen, you correct on your screen or with editing to what you really had, because from your shooting to the screen monitor there are different processes. It could be off here and there, so you basically correct using correction different software, like I use editing, and you correct to make it to look the same. and use your judgment. That's how you correct. Now, if I have F-Log, like suppose Fujifilm F-Log, it will be more washed out than this one. So the saturation will be different. Most likely more saturation needed. And then colors, I would shoot the same one, the same card, but because of Fujifilm and all that process, maybe I don't need to worry about yellow, not crazy yellow, or like here for some reason I've seen the skin tone has a little bit greenish, so I kind of stepped away from greenish. But Fujifilm might be having some different color, because from F-Log when you move saturation to OK, then you might see some kind of colors you want to change a little bit here and there. That would be normal. If you want to change to forced colors like that, dramatic and all that, then it's up to you. You play with it. They have Western style, dramatic style, you know, all those different styles, Hollywood, old style, or film style, or warm style, or cold style, different styles. It's up to you. You can make your own styles. So if they have warm styles, to me, you need to increase. You need to know how to increase warmth, but I would look at skin tone, like those two, even warm, but it should not be like from 10 changing to like yellow. So basically I don't really play with too much of dramatic, all those forced colors. To me, color gradient, I just use that one. Whatever I found in Santa Barbara, you just shoot something and you make on the screen. If it's F-Log, then I go more saturation and see if color close. That's it. There is no need of different presets. If you really like dramatic, you just know how to make dramatic. What's the difference? What you can do is basically, if you want to know, you take this card and shoot with your cell phone. Suppose I shoot with my cell phone video, the same card. Now if I go to like iMovie, okay, so start new project, movie, and I will get my recording. Just a second. I will get my recording. Okay. Just a second. Start new project. Movie. Now, okay, I have this one. So you see I have this one, right? Movie. Now I can compare. Look kind of similar. I think a little bit overexposed, but anyway, you click on this. You know, on the bottom, this normal, not normal. When you change them, you can see to what they change. You see? So this first one, normal, which is this, normal. and then you move dramatic or whatever, so they change. So you can change to that kind and make preset inside of your software. So like vintage one, look, on vintage the gray color is not really gray color. It has a lot of, look like, you know, the film, like light tan, light brownish color of the film kind. So the gray is not really gray. So they added, actually vintage is actually look bad. If you shoot this, I would say Western is kind of better, but it has too much of brown inside of gray, so it looks warmer. So you can make that preset here. You need to play with colors, add more brown, you know, brown color. What make brown color? Let me see. This is green. I don't want green. So they have too much brown. So you basically need to make more brown, more warm. They have too much warm. That Western style, almost like brown, kind of like that. The last one. So it's basically, it's a forced color, but I don't need it because I want to make exactly the same. To me, color gradient means it should be the same, not what you think or what you force to. So if somebody thinks it's Western style, but it's not really a normal color gradient. To me, color gradient means from F-lock or S-lock or V-lock, I take to normal colors, not washed out. And I have details. Like I look for highlights, I have details and highlights, and I have details and shadows. That's for me color gradient. This is forced to brown, or one of it before, which is vintage. It has too much green in gray stripes, too much green. Crazy stuff. This one, Blockbuster, it's like all gray is gone. It's almost all of them became green. Blockbuster, instead of gray, it's green. Now another one, Blast, it's somewhere between green and purple. Gray become green and purple. It's called Blast. So it's forced, but to me that's not. It's a wrong color gradient. It is some kind of for punks. So if you look at first one, none, that's a normal gray, like on the right side, gray normal. So that's all I can say. I'm not gonna save this as preset because this is like stupid stuff, some kind of. But anyway, suppose I close and I open. I want my stuff. First I change to default, and then I change to mine. This one. Mine was DJI-3, that PRST. So that's my preset. So next time I shoot, because I have the same 10-bit Cine-Like, nothing is changing in camera. The same would be for F-Log, S-Log. They just have more. So it looks like that. I don't need to do anything, basically. I just set like this. If I find small things here and there, maybe I didn't see before, I might save as a new, the same as a new one, or second version, whatever. That's all I could say. Have a good time. Bye.